Hello guys, Maria here. As promised, I am sharing my regular morning self-massage routine, which focuses primarily on the face, but I also do massage of my arms and my hands, because in the hands we have a lot of pressure points, acupressure points that correspond to each organ in the body. And so by massaging your hands or your feet for that matter, you actually feel as if you have a full body massage. If you have ever tried reflexology, this is exactly, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I usually actually start with hands, and I go with a thumb from the base from the heel of the palm, running my thumb to the base of each finger. On the palm side and on the side of the back of the hand. I apply quite a bit of pressure, but you know, it's really a personal preference, so you figure out what you want to do. Then I take each finger and kind of lengthen it like this, shake it a little bit, squeeze it. It's all just to, you know, wake up the hand, and by waking up the hand, we wake up the entire body. And you shake it out a little bit. And then what I do is with a thumb, I press the pad of each finger. Again, I do it pretty firmly, but it's totally your choice, the amount of pressure you apply. And then the sides of the nail. So I first go on one side, on the right side of the nail, each one, on each finger. And I turn the hand and go on the other side of the nail, just like this, from the bottom of the nail to the top. Then you can do this a couple of times and shake it out. Take your hand, squeeze your wrist a couple of times. Then make a fist, or just with your thumb, run either the knuckles or the thumb from the base of your wrist all the way to the elbow crease and to the elbow. So from all the sides of your forearm, then from the elbow crease all the way to your shoulder. And again, I like doing it with the knuckles just because more pressure can be applied, and it's kind of faster than just with a thumb. You cover more area. Then once you reach the shoulder, you squeeze it. Maybe even tap it a little bit. Maybe do this. This is where a lymph node is. So you kind of shake it out, wake it up, and then you can do this too, so that the lymph runs nicely from the shoulder all the way to the wrist. Okay, and back. And then just take a second and notice how one arm, the arm that you worked on, feels compared to the arm you didn't work on. I usually feel quite a difference, but again, it depends on the amount of pressure you apply, but in any case, you will probably feel that this arm that you worked on is quite a bit awake, more awake. It feels more awake. And then we do, of course, the same on the other hand. So you just press from the heel of the palm to the base of each finger, both on the palm side and on the back of your hand. Then you squeeze each finger, kind of lengthen it, working a little bit with the joints. Then you press on each finger pad. And then on one side of each nail. And turning the hand and doing it on the other side of each nail. And you can shake the whole thing out and squeeze the wrist a little bit with your thumb or whichever fingers or knuckles you prefer. Run the fingers from the wrist to the elbow and the elbow crease, from the elbow and the elbow crease all the way to the shoulder. Once you reach the shoulder, you squeeze, maybe tap a little bit, maybe do circular motion, and then just run your hand like this. And then shake both hands and shake them starting from the wrists, and then add elbows, and then add shoulders. And just take a second to breathe and notice how both arms feel. Maybe you'll feel a little bit in your chest. Maybe you feel a little bit in your upper back as well. But again, it's really individual, so I won't tell you how you should feel because I don't know. You feel however you want to feel and however you really feel. Don't try to fit into any mold. So now I'm going to proceed to the face massage, starting with the thumbs. So you press the thumbs under, close to the bridge of your nose, under your eyebrow bone. So you hold it for, 2-3 breaths. You can do it for about 15, 30, 60 seconds, depending on how much time you have. And then you're gonna take index and thumb. Your thumb is gonna go under the bone, and your index finger is gonna go over the bone. And pinch, 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 pinch. 5, maybe 3 times. I usually do 5. You can do more. Of course, it goes without saying that if you have any Botox injections, you should be careful because a Botox injection is not for migraine, but for facelift. Because massages actually massage the Botox out, and so that may be counterproductive. So if you do have any work done on your face, maybe apply less pressure if you still want to have a massage, or well, just research it, figure out what to do. Maybe you should not do it at all. But if you don't have any work done on your face, this face massage that I use as a migraine massage, and it helps me with pain, but it is incidentally also a face lifting massage. So it's kind of 2 in 1. So after we do the brows, we take the index fingers like this and go in different directions. So you kind of rub from the bottom of the brow all the way to the hairline. Rub. Again, I do 5 times. Well, sometimes I don't count and just do however many it feels good to me. This takes care nicely of this wrinkle. And then you take either 2 fingers or maybe with the heels of your palm, or however you want it, you either massage the temples like this in circles, or you kind of shake them out. So the idea here is to release the connective tissue and kind of make a little bit of space between the skull and the skin, because we hold a lot of tension, especially when we have migraines and just regular headaches, tension headaches. We hold a lot of tension in this whole area of the face and the back of the head. So we want to loosen it up a little bit. Then take two fingers above your ears and press one finger, or I do two, index and middle finger. And what I usually do, how I do it, I either do it this way, kind of rubbing, or what you can also do is inhale, and as you exhale, you kind of press the fingers into the skull. So kind of as if you wanted them to meet somewhere in the middle. As you exhale, you release, and as you inhale, you press. So your choice. Again, however many times you want to do it, or however many seconds you have, all depends on your situation and how much time you have. And then you do the same. You kind of rub with your fingernails or with the pads of your fingers around your ear. You rub around your ear, trying to loosen up the skin here, the connective tissue a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Then you take take your index fingers and put them right in the corners of your eyes, well, next to the corners of your eyes, and run them from there to the base of your nose. 5, 7 times. And then on your last time, keep your fingers here. And again, what you can do, you can either massage, or you can exhale, release, inhale, press. I'm sorry, the other way around. Inhale and exhale, press. Inhale, release, and exhale, press. Then you can do it with the 2 fingers, or you can do it like this, putting the fingers or the heel of your palm under the cheekbone. So like this. I prefer doing it with the 2 fingers and just kind of massage it. This way I can find the sensitive spots a little bit easier. And then if I do, I spend a little bit more time there. If nothing is particularly sensitive, I just do it, 3 to 5 times. Once you did that, you find your chewing muscles. So for that, you open your mouth a little bit and press your fingers somewhere where you feel the chewing muscles. If you don't feel them, you kind of fake the movement of chewing and it will be very obvious. Usually we hold a lot of tension in the chewing muscles without even realizing it. So really, if you can, if it's not too sensitive, dig in and allow the tension to dissipate. It may be painful a little bit. Of course, you discern how much pressure to apply, if it's a discomfort or pain, obviously, if it is very, very painful, don't do it. If you find a spot that requires a little more attention, spend a little more time there. But what I'm trying to say is that don't be alarmed if you feel that this area is quite sensitive. It's very sensitive for most of us. I don't say that you need to push through the sensitivity and just do it no matter what, not at all. You figure out what you need to do for your case. Maybe it's just light movement, but don't be surprised that this is sensitive. Then you're gonna take your thumb and index finger again, thumb under your jaw bone, under your lower jaw, and your index finger over it. And then you run your fingers like this. Again, I apply quite a bit of pressure. You can do whatever feels right to you. And you can see how this is nice facial massage as well, and it works out the muscles and becomes a facelift massage. You can also kind of pinch here a little bit, just figure out where the sensitive spots are. Once you're done with that, find sensitive spots here, like between the jaw and the ear. So it's kind of right under it. Spend a little bit of time there. Just pressing or massaging, your choice. And finally, we're going to massage the ears themselves. Do it a few times. Ears also have a lot of acupressure points that are responsible for many things like appetite, sleep, weight loss, etc. So, and many others. So massaging your ears is actually a very good practice. Also, the inner ridge of the ear can even help with neck pain, with back pain, but that's a different story. So we'll talk about it later. Then you take your fingers not completely into your ear, but into this part right here. And do this. I cannot do it on this side because I have a mic. So you just do it this way. Again, to loosen up the skin. And apparently, a lot of migraine sufferers, we will kind of hear a little bit of cracking as we do this, because this area is also very tight in migraine sufferers, and we don't pay attention to it, but I heard from a lot of massage therapists that this is what they notice. And then you pull 3 times down on your ears, 3 times to the sides, and 3 times up. So you kind of want your ears to be nicely stimulated as well. And because of all the acupressure points that we have here, it will have an effect on your entire body. And the last, well, not last, but we're almost there. So now we need to massage these points. So these protruding bones at the base of your skull. So again, either massage them or just press, release. So as you exhale, you press. As you inhale, you kind of release the pressure. And once again, in migraine sufferers, these are very sensitive points. So don't be surprised if you find that this is the case for you, but also massaging them out and just releasing the tension in those points is paramount for us. And that's why there are things like headache hammock. I think I wrote an email about that a couple of months ago. And there are all sorts of ways you can release the pressure in this area at the base of your skull and feel that your neck and your head pain will get a little bit eased up. And so the last thing for the massage is to actually, loosen up the skin of the entire scalp. this is quite unpleasant for me, and I know that for many of my migraine clients, it's also not a very nice thing to do because our scalp is so sensitive, our hair sometimes is so sensitive, but it is a great thing to do. So maybe don't do it when you have an active headache, active migraine, but do it in between, again, to just loosen up the skin a little bit and the connective tissue so that there is less tension in this area. And finally, to do this, you also, and this is my least favorite, you pull on your hair and you kind of squeeze a little bit, pull, and kind of pull out all over. And even though I don't have any headache right now, it doesn't feel pleasant at all. I know some people who don't have headaches, and they are like, oh my God, this is the best sensation. And people with chronic migraines usually despise it. But of course, there are exceptions and everybody's different. And again, apply whatever pressure you can. Don't just pull your hair out completely and just in the name of doing the massage. So be really kind to yourself. Amount of pressure you can apply anywhere, it really varies. It varies day by day, and it varies person by person. It varies depending on whether you have a headache right now or you don't. So it's really be very careful and caring to yourself. And then finally, what I do to close the sequence is this: I rub my hands and I put them over my eyes. It's just a nice, calming sensation, very nice, calming effect on the nervous system. Maybe 3 breaths like this. Again, you rub your hands, you make them warm. 3 breaths here. And once again, rub it. And one hand at the base of your head and the other hand here. This is a super lovely kind of grip when you have an active migraine and your nervous system is going all berserk. This is actually a very nice way to calm it down, just to put your hands like this and breathe a little bit. So that's it. At the end, you can, of course, massage your neck a little bit, shoulders, and again, shake out your arms. You can also do the same sequence for your feet and for your legs, but I usually don't include it in my daily routine, but sometimes I do it. So it's really up to you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it will be helpful for you in terms of pain and in terms of just rejuvenating your face as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.